podcast that brings you the passion, the power, and the pulse of the mighty One New Zealand Warriors. This is Ruin Hammer Live. No stone left unturned as we dive deep into everything Warriors. Joining me tonight, as usual, is my co-host Warrior Roo and our good mate from across the ditch, Brad Inga. Hello, boys. How are you?
Good, thanks, mate. Yeah, thanks for that introduction. And yeah, thanks to everyone who's tuning in, watching us on Facebook and YouTube. And yeah, it's been a pretty good week so far. Getting into the routine slowly but surely with all the kids back at school. But it's great to watch some footy on the weekend. Great to see a few tries and kind of sort of whet the appetite for what's coming up. How you going, Brad?
Yeah, good. Good to be back on. First time for the year. And yeah, I was saying to you guys before we jumped on, I'm still not ready for the league to come back. I'm enjoying the break and the stress being gone. But yeah, we're getting close now. So it's about getting into that mindset again.
It is. Unfortunately tonight, Richie, your co-host of the Standoff, can't be with us. He's actually going through what I was going through for the past 2 weeks, and that's moving house. So apparently set up with no internet and no access to a PC. We're hoping that he might be able to send his list of predictions through that we can read out during the night. But I'm sure the three of us can hold the fort in his absence tonight. Before we get into all the predictions and so forth, guys, you did say that a bit of footy happened over the weekend. Brad, what have you made of the two trial games that the Warriors have had over the past 2 weeks? Any players really jump out and impress you and surprise you? And anyone you think really needs to lift in an effort to maybe break through into first grade this year?
Yeah, I enjoyed both games. First one, obviously a bit rusty, as we all expect, but had some good showings in there with Sam Healy really impressed me.
Yep.
I think he kind of leapfrogged all the other hookers to take over that interchange spot in my eyes. Last week, Ali Leotawa, Roger on the wing, they looked good. Tane Tuapiki looked really good on the wing, which helped me feel a little bit more at peace with Dallin being out.
Mm-hmm.
Forwards wise, Halasima looked really good. I think he's going to make an appearance or two this year. I'm pretty confident. And Dimitrik, I think, is going to fill right in to being that. I think we talked about it last year. I'm not sure if on air or in our chat that he's kind of lining up to be that AFB style player to kind of fill that void. Your post-contact meter reader. So, yeah, quietly confident, but not as optimistic as I was last year. Coming in a bit more with settled expectations.
I thought there was a couple of guys in that second trial on the weekend against the Storm who made a good showing for themselves. I was impressed with Geronimo Doyle when he came on. And I've been impressed with Luke Hansen in both trials as well. I thought he's shown he can be quite a good versatile player, has a little bit of a kicking game to him as well, which is something that we desperately need this year. And Metcalf looks to have got that number 7 jersey all locked up, doesn't he?
Yeah. 2 40-20s in a row. It's not bad.
Yeah.
More than the last 2 years, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Did you get to watch any of the other trials going around, or were you a bit like me and kind of All Stars and Warriors was pretty much it for the weekend, and not really enthused about what the other NRL sides were doing?
I dipped in and out as well. Yeah, it was those two were the main two, and I think when Rue messaged about Zion jumping on for the Bulldogs, I kind of flicked over to have a look, and then kind of left it on them as background noise. So not really into the swing of it.
What did you make of the All Stars game, boys? Anything?
My poor girls were robbed.
The girls.
They were good. They were good games. I know there's a lot of talk over there at the moment that they're potentially contemplating getting rid of it, which I think is the wrong idea. I know there was an interview about James Fisher-Harris where he said if he had to pick between playing in Vegas for the Warriors or playing for the Maldives, he'd pick the Maldives.
Yep.
Which is good to see his passion there. It might be a different story if that actually happened in my eyes for me, because I'd want him there. But yeah, I prefer this game than what the All-Stars used to be, where it was a hodgepodge of players thrown together. I think
there's
more...
at least passion in it now, and you can see that every single year.
The talk is it's the timing. It's not so much the event. It's the timing and when they're going to play it. They're saying that it'll be here to stay, but there's a lot of guys that don't play in this game because of club commitments and what have you. There was, a social media brouhaha between Adam Blair and Ricky Stewart because none of the Canberra boys made themselves available or something, and Blair said something and Ricky took offence, which is unlike Ricky. He never takes offence to anything.
Doesn't he make stuff personal very quickly, eh?
Oh, he goes
straight into like attacking the character. We've seen it time and time again, saying that he's a naive coach and he was a selfish player. He just goes straight there.
Yeah. Just answering Malcolm Earnshaw's question there. Every team gets 2 preseason games. We've played both of ours, so I think the first week of the trials was just the Warriors versus Sharks, Penrith versus Canberra, and then there was no other trials that week. So all the other teams had their first trial on the weekend. We played our second. I think we're sitting on top of that leaderboard for that comp on 25 points. We're not going to score any more points. I think Cronulla are on 20, and I think the next team after that's 15. So we're not out of it, but I don't think we can win. I think the draw against the Sharks kind of rules us out of a chance of winning that comp, I would say. But yeah, every team gets 2 games. It's just that the 4 Vegas teams all got to play a game a week earlier than everybody else. Yeah.
And shout out to you, Malcolm, one of our Gold Patreons, legend. Thanks for joining us as always.
Yeah. Before we get into our predictions, boys, it's 25 predictions for 2025 that we've come up this year. What do you think there'll be any surprises come Team List Tuesday next week for when the Warriors name their squad to go to Vegas? First of all, how many are we taking? Do we take a squad of 20 or 21?
I know the answer, but I can't remember what it is. Richie Agar had an interview and he said exactly how many. But I can't remember it. It was 20-something.
Okay.
But yeah.
It's only going to be skeleton staff as well, isn't it, mate? You were talking to someone at the club because we're the away team, we don't get anything covered. So I think even the staff is just going to be minimal as well going over there.
Yeah, okay.
So they've been doing a hell of a job. They've seen, if you've been watching the social media, Sean Johnson got to go all over the place.
Yep.
It's probably why he retired, to be fair. He got do preseason training and play in Vegas or retire and
go to
get
Vegas.
Sent over there and get to do all the hobnobbing and that. I don't think there'll be any surprises.
You're our resident forward on the panel. Who in the absence of Tohu, who starts at 13 for the Warriors?
Well, anyone who reads my season preview next week will see who I've picked, but I've gone with Aaron Clark.
Okay. So D-Walk's coming off the bench?
Yeah. So the same as we're used to seeing from, I think Dylan is better coming off the bench against the more tired forwards. And I think Aaron can bring some intensity that he won't be able to play with that intensity for 80 minutes. So you bring him on, crash and bash, then switch them. We'll see. Looking at the trials, that's kind of seems to be the mindset. So, and when they signed Aaron, they kind of said he was a Tohu replacement when Tohu eventually is gone. We just didn't expect it to be so soon. Yeah.
It's probably our edge back roles where there's probably going to be the most interest because we have a few with Capewell, Murata Nikore, obviously, Jackson Ford, and also Jacob Laban, who made a good showing in the All-Stars game.
Yeah, I haven't picked him in my 17, but I think that's the one I'll be wrong. I think he'll be in there. It's just who he replaces.
Yeah, going to be interesting. It'll be obviously it'll be part of that squad that heads over there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Have you got your predictions ready, boys?
Locked
Yes.
and loaded.
All right, Rob, start us off, mate. Give us
All
your
right.
25 predictions for 2025.
Oh, you got to start with me, eh? Yeah, look,
Yep.
mine are. Some of you guys might find these a little bit on the negative side, but some of these are just sort of my gut feeling. So I'll just.
Yours are
just
always
launch-
negative.
I know. But how often? But those are usually the ones I get right, unfortunately, and they're usually
Unfortunately,
to do with the
yes.
So I'm going along the similar lines this year. So my first one, Warriors are going to finish 10th, but we will be in contention for most of the season. So I think we'll be there or thereabouts, but we'll just miss out towards the back end of the season. That's my first prediction. Second one has to do with team lists, like you mentioned before. So I think for round one, Webby's going to pick his usual favourites, i.e. he'll put Chance back at fullback. He won't make any changes basically that I want him to make. So he'll have his mates in there, and I'm predicting that we're going to suffer a frustrating loss to the Raiders in Vegas, and he will make no changes to that side. He's going to stick with that till round 4. And that's when I think you'll start seeing some changes.
Is that 4 predictions in one, or is that just one prediction?
That's just one.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that's very specific, but make with that what you will. Again, it's just my thoughts and opinions, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 3, Ali to be Warriors' top try scorer. He was an absolute beast in the trial, and it's going to be a huge year for him. Another one that I think few people won't want to hear. Tane Tuapiki is going to get frustrated at lack of game time and will ask for a mid-season release to a team that needs a fullback. Ricky Stewart will blame Vegas.
You know what? Fuck, I'm glad we started with you.
Getting into the Ricky Stewart ones now. Ricky Stewart will blame Vegas for his team not making the finals in 2025 at some point. Penrith will make the prelims, but they will get eliminated, so it will not be a 5-peat. Melbourne will go one better and win the premiership in 2025. The Tigers will have a much better season, but they will finish 9th. Oh. So just outside. I've got Titans for the wooden spoon. That's number 9. Number 10, Ronnie Volkman will play a fair bit of first grade this year, and the why did we let him go will be strong.
Yeah.
Number 11, no coaches will be sacked this year. Number 12, Joey Manu will be back at the Roosters by round 10, because apparently his team in Japan is going terrible.
Yep.
Here we go. Kevy Walters will become everyone's least favourite commentator. I'd said will become, but I think it's already happened. Will become everyone's least favourite commentator and make everyone come to the scary realisation that he was actually a better coach than a commentator.
Oh.
So
that's a good one.
Not a high bar.
That's a good one.
Number 14, Big Mal's jacket button will finally pop in the Fox Sports studio. He's always wearing that blazer, the button done up, and I'm just like, that button is under more pressure than... Yeah.
Fat shame is not okay.
No, he's just the unit, mate. He's a block of granite. New South Wales will win the Origin, and they will begin a dynasty or a dynasty, however you want to say it. But I'm thinking they're building for something big. Unfortunately, as a Queensland fan, but it's my gut feeling. Number 16, Ezra Mam will be treated like a hero when he returns to the Broncos. Everyone will brush over all that stuff that he did. He's just a good bloke down on his luck. Here we go. Hey, we're the Broncos. Number 17, Broncos related as well. I think they'll make the grand final, but they're going to lose to the Storm.
Okay.
The Sharks, number 18, the Sharks will look $1 million for the first 2/3 of the season before losing their teeth. Number 19, Blocker Roach will call 75% of the Warriors games and still refer to us as a monster forward pack that likes to throw the ball around that struggles in the final 20. That's probably already happened, actually, because he did our game on the weekend. So Number 20, there will be a lot of no-shows at Vegas after people realise the cost of flights and accommodation. Number 21, Thomas Hazelton will Matai us and stay at the Sharks.
Yep.
In fact, we were saying Steve Matai probably gave him the tour of the facilities, seeing as though he knows it.
He knows it so well. Yeah.
Number 22, we will re-sign Chance, Tamate, Bunty, and Ale, but all of them only on one-year deals.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 23, we will be widely criticised for letting AFB go when he inevitably carves up in the NRL. Deaths, taxes, and us. Why did we let him go?
Yep.
Number 24, despite ridiculing it, I will buy the Pacifica jersey after we have a famous win while wearing it. And number 25, Tamate Martin and Metcalf, halves pairing to start the season, but Tamate Martin will be out of the team by the season's end.
Interesting. I like some of those. Yeah, I like some of those, but you're right. There's a lot of negativity in there, mate.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone. Someone's got to be that guy, so I'll be that guy again.
We've got a few the same, not the negative ones.
No.
I save my negativity for other teams.
Yes. A la the Dragons.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, mate, Brad, do you want to give us your 25 predictions for 2025, mate?
Yeah, defending champ now. So
yeah, you are too.
It's a lot of pressure on me trying to.
Yeah.
It was 7 or 8. I can't remember.
It was 7.
So number one,
we know heaps about footy.
Number 1, the Storm will end the Panthers' reign, winning the 2025 Grand Final. Panthers will fail to reach the actual Grand Final. I have the same Grand Final you do, Roo, but that isn't a prediction on mine. Broncos return to the top 4 under Madge's leadership. No first grade coach to be sacked this year. Wayne Bennett's led Rabbitohs will return to finals. Alex Johnston will break Ken Irvine's try-scoring record this year. I think I'm going to put that on every year until it happens.
Yep.
Will Warbrick will lead the NRL in try-scoring. Roosters will miss the top 8. Tigers will avoid the wooden spoon. I'm not as cocky as you and actually picking a ladder position, but anything that isn't last, which will hopefully maximize my chance of getting that right.
Yep.
Dragons will finally fulfill my fucking wish and get the wooden spoon.
Oh.
The NRL will announce plans to introduce a mid-season transfer window.
Okay.
I'm trying to go out a bit out on the limb on some of these now. Jerome Hughes will win back-to-back Dally M's. Ryan Pappenhausen will make it through 2025 without any major injury layoffs. Number 14, despite the Warriors returning to the NRLW, Millie Boyle will continue to be the most spoken about NRLW player on any show I feature on. That's an easy win.
Yeah. You can tick that one now.
Yeah. Number 15, Dale Cherry Evans will announce his retirement at the end of the season. 16, you've already heard it, but Joseph Manu will return to the Roosters this season. 17, Craig Bellamy will extend again and coach the Storm in 2026.
Yep.
18, play the ball crackdown will disappear by the midway point of the season.
Yep.
Yeah.
19, Warriors to win the NRLW.
Ooh.
I was going to just say make the final, but I'll go all in.
Wow.
20, this is all the Warriors ones now. I lump them together. 20, Sam Healy to impress and solidify himself in the Warriors regular 17.
Yep.
21, Jet Cleary to earn a Warriors top 30 contract before the end of the season. 22, Dimitrik Valmunga will cement his spot in the Warriors prop rotation, which I think's already happened. 23, I had to do some research on this, but Leka Halasima will win Warriors Rookie of the Year award. He's eligible because he's only played 4 games, so he can still go for it.
5 or under or something.
Yeah, it's 5 or under. 24, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck to win Dally M Winger of the Year. And then the last one, going completely against Roo because dipshit doesn't know how to coach, but Queensland will win the State of Origin series.
I hope you're right.
Laurie
I hope you're
ain't going to do anything.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Lodge's back because he'll have Ferguson and Dugan back in the team, won't he? His mates and Michael Jennings.
That's right. Yeah,
and let them go out drinking the night before.
And Aaron Woods will be on the front row.
I'd completely forgotten that he was back. Oh, that might change my.
You got to do your research.
Oh, jeez.
I need to put my glasses on so I can read my my predictions, boys.
Laurie Daly, yeah.
Some of mine are gone already. I was going to change them, but I thought no, I'll stay true to form. These are the ones that I came up with. Couple of the same as you, Rob. Some the same as you, Brad. Number one, I've got Wayne Bennett to get the best out of Latrell Mitchell when he becomes the season 2025's highest point scorer. He's done his hammy at training, so I don't know whether that's going to happen now. So I'm done on the first one.
You're out.
Yep. Alex Johnson surpasses Ken Irvine's record to become the NRL all-time highest try scorer. Number three, I've got Sam Healy becomes the next son of a former NRL player to make his NRL debut. Number four, Demetric Vaimunga to become a Warriors' first choice starting forward before the end of the season. I think not only will he cement his spot in that 17, but he'll be a starter. Here's one for you, Brad. Number five, Clint Gutherson and Damien Cook's experience along with Val Holmes' input will elevate the Dragons to a top 8 side.
It's not going to happen.
Number six, the Roosters will miss the top 8 for the first time since 2016. Number 7, the West Tigers will finally crawl out of the cellar and avoid the wooden spoon. However, they will miss the finals for the 15th year in a row. Number 8, Laurie Daly will revert back to New South Wales signature backline selections with 3 fullbacks, all selected in the New South Wales Origin team. I've even named them. I've named Edwards, Mitchell, and Trebojevic.
Oh, okay.
So I've even gone out on a limb. Number 9, Kalen Ponga will decline his Queensland Origin selection and declare he wants to represent the Kiwis in International Rugby League. Number 10, Warriors NRLW recruit Michaela Blake, formerly Blyde, will be the NRLW's highest try scorer in season 2025. Sticking with the NRLW, the Roosters will go back-to-back, becoming the 2025 premiers. And Millie Boyle will go another season not knowing who the fuck Bradinger is. So that's prediction number 12, and I've given myself a tick for that already.
Yep.
So I've got one right. Number 13, Adam O'Brien will become the first NRL coach sacked in season 2025.
Yeah, there's a bit of chat in the comments too.
Number 14, Peter V'landys will announce that from 2026, Origin selection will be open to all players of all nationalities. 15, Joey Manu will get bored of Japanese rugby and return to the Roosters mid-season. 16, Kevin Walters will adequately replace Corey Parker as a resident gibberer on Fox and lose all credibility with his useless input and pathetic dad jokes.
That's already there. That's already happened.
I got 2 ticks. 17, the Dolphins and Broncos will be the only Queensland teams who qualify for the final series, finishing in the top 8. 18, Adam Reynolds will miss more games than he plays due to injury and will announce his retirement at the back end of the season. 19, again, I'm done. Latrell Mitchell will win the 2025 Dally M. 20, and this has already happened. Oh, kind of. An NBA or NFL star will be photographed with NRL players in the lead up to Vegas round 1 and have a clueless look on their face with zero idea who they are. That's already happened at the WWE with Aaron Woods
and Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, Cody Rhodes with that, with that look on his face. Number 21, Parramatta will get the wooden spoon. 22, Warriors pathways continue to impress and improve with the Mats Ball and Flegg all making the semi-finals. Number 23, Stefano Utakumanu to improve under Craig Bellamy and make his Origin debut. 24, an improved Tigers will result in Api Coruscant regaining his NRL Origin jersey over Reece Robson. And prediction number 25, Sean Johnson will come out of retirement mid-season to help the Warriors overcome an injury toll and lack of experience in the halves. And that's it, boys.
Ooh.
Some contentious ones there from all of us.
Yeah, well, I think we're so used to getting them all wrong that we don't mind taking swings.
Yeah.
So,
No, go for something out of the ordinary.
Yeah, sure.
Are you going to try and get Millie on your show, Brad?
to get that one wrong?
To maybe get yeah.
Maybe I might have to send a message out.
She'll still probably come off the show like, who is that guy again?
Yeah, I'm very forgettable.
Yeah.
You got to wait because they'll be playing. She'll be playing us in Auckland next year, I'd imagine, because we're playing away. I think that's how they'll do it, right? Depending on if she
I don't know.
sticks with.
No idea how they're. How many home games do the Warriors women get? It's not half the season, is it? It's kind of all over
I think
the place.
it was 5 because I know they announced. You guys may have seen as well. They have announced that three of them have been played in Hamilton, which is I think to do with clashes at the stadium at Mount Smart. I think there's soccer or something on since all these other arsehole teams keep stealing my stadium. But yeah, they announced it, I think. So they said like 3 of them, and I think there's like 2 double headers where they'll play and the boys will play as well. Not sure. I don't know if I'm going to travel all the way to Hamilton to watch the girls on their own, as sad as that may be.
Just on that was a good crowd they got for that trial down there on the weekend.
I lived down that area for a little while. There's nothing else to do, man. You know, you go.
I must admit, I drove through there when I was in New Zealand midway through last year. Drove through there, stopped for about 3 hours, caught up with my uncle, and then kept on driving. So you're right. Yeah, there's not a hell of a lot to do there.
But no, it's a good sign. You know, they got a decent crowd last year when they went down south in the trial. So hopefully that is a sign that the trend of them selling out all their games may continue, hopefully. I'm
surprised they're taking the Anzac Day game there, down to Christchurch.
Yeah, I think we all remember what happened at Mount Smart on Anzac Day, so I think they just want to get that game out of there. Jack said Millie plays Brad for travel. Depends if the missus would allow it or not.
Yeah.
Fortunately, there's a partner of mine that comes to all these games with me, so I don't know if she'll let that fly. But yeah, I probably would, to be fair. But yeah, no, I like it. I just don't. I think when I went down to the Tigers game at Hamilton, it's a good stadium. Bit of a bitch for parking, but we're kind of used to that in this country. But yeah, it's not a bad day. I think the pricing was a bit out of whack for a trial as well, though. It was, I think, when I looked at tickets, it was like $30.
Really, for a trial game? Wow.
Which, yeah, make hay when the sun's shining and all that. Yeah. But I'm used to, back in the day, we used to do our New Zealand trial in Rotorua. So I'd drive all the way down, and you'd be paying like $10 to go and watch. So yeah, it's my tickets for every home game's already paid for, so I don't care what they charge people.
Absolutely. What have they what have they done with the Aussie memberships this year?
There isn't specifically an Aussie membership. There's just, like, I think there's an overall away membership that comes with a KO subscription, which is unusual because there's no way you can live in Australia and not have KO, because the Warriors are on free to air maybe 2-3 times a year.
Never.
Yeah, we get the absolute bare minimum. So if you don't have Foxtel or KO, you ain't watching the Warriors. But I think they're really trying to push KO subscriptions. I believe there was a couple of other clubs that had a similar kind of membership.
It
so
sounds
one of
like a lot of the Australian teams have got I think it's like a digital membership with KO linked in. So there's someone at KO that's got some relationship with the NRL now, I guess, that wants to push it.
Yeah.
It's the same with the Warriors members stuff that you can buy. There's similar stuff for other clubs. So I assume it's some business has gone to the NRL and said, let us be like your drop shipper, because it's all very similar, except it's the colours and that are changed.
I think what they're trying to do with the Australian thing is they want us to just get a generic non-ticketed membership, and then that will be used to sort of so once you're a member, you will get offered the different like game day experiences they do over here. So Gold Coast, Brisbane, the one in Sydney, like they did the Bulldogs game last year. So I think they're trying to get everyone just to become like a basic member, and then you will have the opportunity to go to these things. Because I think from memory we spoke to a couple of the staff members and they'd lost a lot of money on those away memberships when they offered tickets and that kind of thing. So that they're just focusing, I think, just getting the people in the door, and then I don't know whether they would then upsell, because we used to have to pay to go to those Gold Coast functions, like it was $60-70 or something per person. So I don't know how that's going to work, but without like the New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria membership, I think they'll just go that way, the non-ticketed stuff.
Be interesting if they do any of those this year again. We know we're doing one at Magic Round. We'll have the big event at Magic Round. You're going to get over to Magic Round this year, Brad?
No.
Nah. Who are we playing at Magic Round this year?
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah, nah.
The Todd Payton Cup. Come on.
Nah. One day eventually. But at the moment,
everyone's coming over. TWL are coming over. All those guys. Everyone's going to be turned up, mate. Come on, you got to have the standoff there.
You got to have all these people go first, and then when no one wants to go anymore, that's when I'll go. But maybe one day. Financially, at the moment, there's other priorities. So
I'm going. I'm hoping it's the first time I can watch us win.
Yeah, I'm not actually that comfortable with you going.
That's why I'm disappointed that you're going, because the only times that we've won, I haven't gone with you.
My winning record last year was not good. I think the first game I'll be at this year is round 4. Tigers at Campbelltown.
The old Sunday night, Sunday night game. Yeah.
Sunday night, 6:15. So I've got it. There's a good chance that I could kick off the season with a win.
Oh. Well, what did I say? Changes aren't coming till round 4, and you said that's round 4. Oh, also we might have a decent team that night.
Because round five's a bye. So you might hold out until round 5.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
My
first one will be round 2.
Tough one, Manly first up.
Manly,
tough first home game. We always struggled against Manly, especially at home for some reason.
Yeah, we've got back-to-back home games.
Who will have a big game? You know who will have a big game? Jazz.
Yeah.
He will have a huge game that day.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, boys. Anything else that you want to discuss, Warriors related, before we close off this rather short but entertaining prediction show?
Oh wait, hold on. You
got Richie's?
I just got sent. Richie slipped into my DMs.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
With 25 predictions. Do you want me to rattle them off?
Yeah, do it. Yes.
Right. He saved us. We can milk this a bit longer now.
Yes.
So we can excuse how I look because I'm reading it off my phone. But Richie's 25 predictions. Number 1, Storm, Sharks, Panthers, Broncos, top 4 in that order.
Ooh.
Okay.
He's obviously watching the show on his phone because number 2's Warriors finished 10th. Number 3, Barnett wins Simon Mannering medal.
Yep.
Number 4, New South Wales supporter says Queensland's going to win Origin 2-1. Number 5, New South Wales win Women's Origin. Number 6, Cleary to get Dally M. He's obviously meaning Jet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big time, mate.
7, Adam O'Brien to be sacked.
Yes.
Number 8, Warriors to win in Las Vegas. Number 9, Warriors beat Knights on Anzac Day. Number 10, Warriors to make the finals of the NRLW.
Yep.
Number 11, Storm versus Sharks grand final. All right.
Wow.
All right. He's riding the Sharks dick like I did a few years ago.
Yeah.
He's going to
Is
get
it
bit
the-
in there.
It's
He
the
got it
AFB
loaded
factor.
once again.
Yeah. He's just on
Yeah.
AFB.
Number 12, Storm 2025 Premiership winners. 13, Wayne Bennett helps Bunnies back into the 8. 14, Titans to get wooden spoon. 15, Tonga beat Kiwis in Pacific Championship final.
Phew.
16, Khan Pereira leading try scorer. 17, Isako leading point scorer. 18, Harry Grant man of the series in Origin. 19, Jerome Hughes, Clive Churchill. 20, Harold Matt's Warriors fall short of going back-to-back, losing in grand final. 21, Warriors New South Wales Cup squeeze into finals, eliminated first week of playoffs. 22, what's her name? Blyde.
Michaela.
Yeah,
Michaela Blake.
That's what he's saying.
Yep.
Michaela Blake, leading try scorer for the Warriors NRLW. 23, AFB Golden Boot winner. 24, Madge gets Bronx to bounce back to a prelim final, which they lose. And then 25, Roosters go back-to-back NRLW.
Yeah,
It
interesting.
was like a combination of all of ours, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah,
That's
he
why
was
he's
just
watching the
us
show.
on the phone and typing them down. Why not?
Yeah,
I'll
he's
take
going,
it.
yeah, I
that's a
like
good
that
one. I'll
one.
put that
Yeah, I
one.
like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, good stuff, Richie. He's on the Sharks, though, isn't he?
Yeah, like I said, I did that. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. It was like, I think the first year they made top 4. I think it was like the year after. I was like, they learned from their mistake. They're going all the way. And my predictions on the standoff was Sharks heavy. Like Nico Deli and Ronaldo, I think I had leading try scorer and everything. And they, straight sets again, like we were used to.
That team on paper, though, they should be there and abouts this year.
Yeah,
They should be.
Yeah.
I think
With
AFB is going to be a massive help to them. But yeah, I still think the Broncos and Storm and that are going to get them. But it depends. It depends how those sensitive Broncs react to Madge.
Yeah, there's so old Buzz Rockfield has got some mail in that he's training them a bit too hard, and I've already kind of gone off him. That's what he was saying. So I don't know.
Right. To be fair, look what Ezra Mam did to get out of it.
Yeah.
He got pulled up again this week, Ezra Mam.
Did he?
Yeah, he's right unlicensed riding one of those powered motorbikes up in Queensland. Got pulled over.
Oh, yeah, right.
These boys never learn.
Nah.
No, he's reformed, guys. He's learned his lesson, He's not
I
gonna
still
put
can't
a
get
foot
over
wrong.
the fact that he went to the Dally M's with a suit that he had the sleeves cut off.
Yeah.
He's got big guns, to be fair.
Oh.
It's hard to keep them in a suit. That's why you never see me in a suit, mate.
But like on that stuff, like it's a dead set definition of a slap across the wrist. What the punishment that he copped, and if he was anyone else, that was going to be one of my predictions, but I forgot to put it in there. It'll be number 26. There'll be a lesser player that will do something bad this year, and they'll throw the book at that player as like a response to the perceived light sentencing that was given to Ezra Mann. So I'm telling you, there'll be like a player that will completely have his contract torn up for doing a lot less. Say, oh, look, see, we do punish our players. We do have our players under control. But
they're going pretty hard on that poor boy who pulled Zach Lomax's pants down.
Joe Offengowie.
Yeah, acting like he did something really, really bad. Yeah, it was a bit of a laugh, but yeah, with them, the way they're acting, they're putting it on level.
Yeah.
With like what Ezra and that did, which you can't.
Nah.
You can say. That, but they want severe punishments and that. It's like last year with Spencer in Vegas.
That's right.
They threw the book at him for what he said to Ezra Mam, and
Yep.
his was a bit more harsher than what Ezra Mam got.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's a serious crime that he committed. Like this is not something small. Like he hit a car head on under the influence of drugs, and people were injured in it. And there was like a child involved. And you can see all the Broncos fans that jump on social media going, "Oh no, it wasn't that bad. It was, trying to cover it up." But fact is, he's a Broncos player. He's a high-profile Broncos player, and Broncos need him. So therefore, slap on the wrist.
Aside from
they got Ben Hunt.
Aside from the NRL and the Broncos going soft in him, how about the Australian court system?
Yeah.
Well, if you can afford the lawyers, then they can get anyone off anything. If you got the money and the backing behind you, you can just get the best lawyers, and they can basically get you whatever. Like they'll get him what he got, which was was it $800 fine or something?
$800 fine. Yeah, $800 fine.
I've had bigger fines.
Yeah, speeding fines are more. You get more for a speeding fine.
I think I got like a $1,200 fine for speeding and being on a restricted with a passenger the passenger should have been on the show tonight, but he's not.
Is it going to be like the Todd Carney incident, and the passenger is the one that gets sacked?
No, but yeah, that was $1,200. That was years ago, so God knows what it'll be now.
Well, you get fined more for talking on your mobile phone while you drive.
Yes, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Let alone being under the influence of narcotics and hitting someone head on, hitting the family in the car head on, and causing like physical and emotional stress.
Yeah,
that's all right. He plays for the Broncos.
Yeah,
we need him to win. We need him to win a premiership for the Broncos.
Oh, fucking hell! I reckon they'll go. Yeah, I reckon you boys are right though. I reckon they'll go close. Madgy's one of those coaches where he gets the best out of not the Tigers, but when he was at the Rabbits, he got the best out of the Rabbits. But after a while, his coaching methods just become a little bit too tiresome, and players don't respond. They're in a window now, the Bronx.
He aged about 10 years in those couple of years he coached the Tigers, didn't he?
So did Ivan.
So
did Ivan when he was at the Tigers, and then he's got younger when he's gone to the Panthers. Winning does so much for you.
The thing is, though, with Cleary at the Tigers, he was actually getting something good out of the Tigers, if you remember. Like I remember they did that double header at Mount Smart where the Tigers played the Storm and they beat the Storm.
They beat them,
and they were really good under Ivan at the start. But have you read his book?
No, but I want to. Definitely want to.
Yeah. The missus got it for me for Christmas, and I read it in like 2 days and went through it, and he was real transparent about it. It's a real funny autobiography because he does not like talking about himself. So he tries not to throughout the whole book. He tries to look outward instead of inward. But talking about the Tigers and that, and how he was getting them to work when he, from day dot, didn't really want to be there. And
he just took it because it was a gig. It was an NRL gig. Yeah.
Basically, and he was trying to get out, and the Tigers wouldn't let him, and then eventually they relented and let him out. I think they should have held off. I think if they had kept him, I think Nathan would have ended up at the Tigers.
Yeah.
Which is the whole reason why Gould
that's right.
wanted him back.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I'm going to lose Nathan.
Solely almost, because he sacked him a few years earlier.
Yeah, and Ivan hasn't forgiven him if you read his book.
No.
Thinks he's a prick, basically. So he's a great mind of the game, but he's a dick of a person, basically, and they have no relationship whatsoever anymore.
A lot of people say that about Gould, though. He does. He's got a brilliant mind, can read the game so well, but he's just very opinionated, and not a lot of people get on with him.
Yeah.
He's burnt a lot of bridges.
But I recommend that book. It's recent enough where he actually talks about Jet signing with the Warriors and stuff as well.
Okay.
I still reckon he's going to be back one day. I still reckon Ivan will be back one day.
He loves the club, but the book's in there.
Yeah.
No, I feel like it's going to be. it's going to be full circle. When he started as coach, we had John Hart as that like man in the chair up above. I think eventually he will do the same. I guess it all depends on Jet.
If Jet kicks on, yeah, exactly.
If Jet wants to stay here, then I think that will probably happen.
Nothing more
yeah, because
I
could see Nathan going to England.
Yeah.
To be closer to Mary. I can just once he wins a Dally M, then he's pretty much done everything in the game here in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And imagine like the carrot for as you said just before for Ivan is if he can get the same success out of Jet at the Warriors, man, that would be something to hang your hat on, eh? Like, not only to take us to our first premiership, but to do it with your other son.
Webby's going to do that before he gets here anyway.
Oh, I sincerely hope so, but I just would love. I've got a real soft spot for Ivan. I just love to see him involved in the club again. Like, he's a great fella. Like, we chatted to him a few years ago. Surprisingly funny guy.
Yeah, very funny. Dry sense of humour. Got some funny stories. Came on twice. Remember his phone dropped out?
He was good enough to come on twice. And how many NRL premiership winning head coaches would do that? Not many. Yeah.
No, not many at all. So
I reckon you could get Sticky on.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I would love that. We just like provoke him the whole time. We just keep poking the bear.
He'd fucking pull his headphones off, he'd storm out.
And then he'd do what he always does in the press conferences when he's about to say something. He goes, you notice how he always clears his throat like that?
Yeah. No, I think that's shit. No, I think the refs were against us today. Hey, Brad, your missus, is her favourite player still Freddie Lussick, or is she opting for somebody else this year?
No, she I think it was at the beginning of last year or the year before, she jumped on the Barnett train. It was when you guys were over.
We're at okay.
She got a photo of Mitch Barnett, and she liked the cut of his jib. Let's just say.
He captained us that night, didn't he? That was one of his first games as captain.
Yes.
So she got a picture with him and has been in love with him ever since.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah. She doesn't see the irony in her getting upset about Millie when she has actually had a picture and been in contact with the one she likes. But
didn't she like Jacko Ford as well?
Yeah, it's the white boys.
Sexy eyes.
It started before when she first started coming to games. It did change. It was the Rogers, the Chanels, the Chans.
But you're glad Reece is gone now.
She never liked him. But she slowly changed to the white boys, I guess. I got an impression, I guess. Moved her away from the Islanders, but we'll see. I got her your guys' Mitch Barnett shirt. And it did not go over well. She doesn't like the idea of wearing him on her. But she did say she would wear it to a game if he was our captain. So he's out being our captain. So.
There you go. Round two versus Manly.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it happens.
That's a really good segue, actually, Brad. If any of you guys are after a Mitch Barnett tee or attained to a Fiki tee
or the props tee,
the props tee that Brad is rocking there, and I've got the most popular design we've ever done, which was the 2023 Up the Waz, the original. Mate, jump onto our Redbubble store. I'll get the link up on the screen very shortly, and you can
I feel kind of left out. I'm rocking the winning Maldives team shirt tonight from the.
I'm only wearing prop related shirts from you guys, so
I'll do. If anyone has any requests as well, we can do up various different designs as well. You like props, you like wingers, you like fullbacks, you like anything, hookers.
Who likes wingers and fullbacks?
Yeah, I knew it'd be lost on you.
They're the single-digit players, mate.
Yeah, 2025 version of Up the Waz coming out too. So anything you want, jump onto the Redbubble store. They got a special on at the moment. They have specials all the time, so you get about 20% off your order. They ship anywhere in the world, and a small percentage of that sale does go back to us at Ruin Hammer, and we put that back into the show to cover the costs of everything that are involved with our streaming license and our Canva licenses and all these different things. So we greatly appreciate all you guys. Guest payments
when Brad's on.
talent fees and all that sort of thing. So we greatly appreciate all you guys that have gone out and bought shirts. It means a lot to us. So thank you.
Absolutely. That about wraps it up for tonight, boys. Just quickly, Brad, thank you very much for joining us again tonight, mate. We thoroughly enjoy having you on the show and doing this prediction show with you every year. The Standoff, when do you guys return for season 2025?
We're back next Wednesday. What time does our show normally go on? It's been so long. I think it's like 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock your time?
8 o'clock New Zealand time, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
There'll be social media posts next week.
So 5 p.m. Queensland and 6 p.m.
6 p.m. New South Wales time.
Yeah.
And then
Australian time of year, we're all different times.
Yeah. And then we roll straight off the back of that at, 7 o'clock my time, 6 o'clock Rob time, 9 o'clock New Zealand time.
Yeah.
So you can get a good 2 hours of absolute gibberers talking all things rugby league. I know next week you and Richie are doing your prediction show leading into Vegas.
Yeah, it's not as in-depth as our 25 for 25. It's just the usual suspects, like who we think are going to win the comp, try scorers and whatnot.
Yep.
So we do a quick one. We were shithouse last year. I think we got Paul beat us, the guy that doesn't even watch the sport.
Oh, my God. The guy that's banned from going to games.
Yeah, he's not allowed to go to games anymore. But yeah, so it'll be good. Be good to be back. Jacko, I'm not sure if Jacko's still in, but you'll be happy to know I've made an executive decision that for 2025 on, we won't be talking about Super League. So the little segment at the end that you disappear from, we won't do anymore.
What about the 1-0 game? Did we see that? The 1-0 result?
I only like it because my team won, but
the League Leopards or something, was it?
It was Wigan versus Lee, and Wigan won 1-0.
Wigan won 1-0. Oh.
What about the other game, 82-0?
Yeah, it's a joke over there. But basically, Super League, we can't watch it in New Zealand for free anymore. You have to buy like a Super League subscription to watch the games at the funny hours they're on. They're not that exciting of games, and it's not worth it to sit there and rattle on for 10 minutes about it. So I think there was me and one other person that actually gave a shit about it. So it's like, we won't do it anymore. No, Simon that watches our show. He watches the games. But yeah, it's just not worth it. And saves me some time in the show setup. So yeah, that's really the only change.
We won't be doing it either, and we never have. So yeah. So Brad will be on 8 o'clock New Zealand time, 6 o'clock Sydney time, 5 o'clock Queensland time for the Standoff. We'll be on straight after that next week with Ruin Hammer. We'll do our Vegas look ahead to our Vegas preview. Next week, and we'll have a look at the other game that's happening over there. Not that anyone gives a shit. Melbourne, what is it? Cronulla and Penrith.
Yeah.
We've got Wigan over there too. So
yeah, who are they playing? Warrington?
I think so.
Yeah, and the women's game.
The women's game, which is thankfully happening because it looked like it wasn't going to happen at some point.
Yeah, Brad Donald stepped down as coach of the Gillaroos. I think that's all it was about. Was bit of controversy surrounding him. Not sure what it was, but yeah. All right, that about wraps it up for tonight. Yes, Rob, you have.
Yeah, I'll just before we go, I just want to give an extra special shout out again to all of our Patreon supporters. A couple of you guys in the chat tonight. So a big shout out to Malcolm and for Alf as well, who have been long time gold Patreons. We really appreciate you guys. Get in touch and we'll sort out your merch for you. And also Jermaine, I saw he's been a Patreon for a long time as well. So thank you so much again to you guys for supporting what we do. And as I said, all the money that you guys have pledged goes back into the show. So thank you guys very much.
Absolutely. That wraps it up for tonight. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you very much, Brad, for giving up your time to come on and talk about rugby league with us and the Warriors and the 25 predictions for season 2025. Looking forward to getting you on at the end of the year to revisit our selections, our predictions. Brad is the carryover champion with 7 correct predictions from last year.
7 from 24.
But I am
Hey,
leading.
it's
I am
still more
leading.
than you, mate. Come on.
I am leading with 1 correct prediction so far. With my Millie Boyle does not know who the fuck Brad Inger is, and that will still come true at the end of the year.
We'll see about that. I'll be doing things to make sure that doesn't happen. It might affect my chances of ever having a friendly conversation with her, but she will know who I am. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Watch this space.
Well, apparently the Knights are looking to offload Adam Elliott, so maybe if we buy him, she might come across.
As much as I'd love her to be a Warrior, I would rather her stay with the Roosters and we don't have Adam Elliott.
Oh, gee, that's a big sacrifice.
It's huge. Huge.
We appreciate it, though. We appreciate the thought.
She'd be... I know we go over the top with the Millie talk with me, but she's a hell of a player. You know, any team would want her if you could get her.
And I hate to rub it into you, mate, but I have watched her play live many a time, and she is an absolute specimen too. Absolute specimen of a footy player.
You will find there will be NRL teams that will be willing to sign her useless husband if it meant getting her.
Well, that's what the Knights did.
Yeah. So I don't know if the Roosters would bother to pick him up to keep her. But at the moment, the Roosters don't really have a lot of people anymore, do they? They're kind of losing everyone. So you never know. But
they're still, I think they're still pretty good for forwards. It's their outside backs and they've got a problem with the halves. Yeah. This year.
At least they signed Chad.
Yes.
They've got, as much as people give him crap, he's at least experienced to help them until Sam's back.
He's won a premiership.
Yeah.
He's won a premiership. All right. I know we keep saying it, but that's about wraps it up for tonight's show. Thank you all for joining. No, all good, mate. Thank you all for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next week.